Where can I put the mic?
Sanbonani. Sanbonani. Ngihamba lana no Minister uCele kanye no Deputy Minister uMathale kanye no Mayor wedolobha uMempo Phalathi sihambe futhi no Councillor nabosigaxa amabhande nje abaningi nowabonile amaphoyisa aphume wonke ngokuphelela kwabo ngisho no Metro nabo laba abangaphezulu. Utamuyisondezele lapha phambili. Yes, microphone. Sondelani bebahlanu. Sengibona 1 2 3 4 owes5. Ungaqala bhuti wami. Uyazisho nje igama ebese ungena endabeni.
Ya mandibulise igama lami ngwandile afuza yisename ihlala lapha eNomzamo. Ya masiqale ngibeke nje kuqala babundozi ndiyabulela ngokufika mhlawumbe ingxaki ubeka nje point straight. Nizinkokheli zethu ezingatholakaliyo sizibona kuma movie ema-TV phaya, and the challenges that we are facing here at Nomzamo okanye apha kuma ground levels aniziva futhi aniziqondi insuku eziphilayo. Apha Nomzamo president wayelapha before ama-elections local wasithembisa ukuthi Jack City, I think it's about 4 years Jack City since umbani wethu ungekhoyo, ama-street amnyama, zonke izinto zimnyama, and we report each and every time Orlando police station. And again amapolisa ase-Orlando athi Nomzamo ebusuku akangeni because of izibhamu. Le into umuntu abangaphakathi uyayazi, ngeke siyimele into enjalo. Uma ngabe kungenjalo amapolisa azokoyika ukungena ngaphakathi kuzosinceda into yokuthi nisitshintshele amapolisa okanye nisitshintshe ipolice station because ifile la police station ase-Orlando. Again into esibulalayo ngepolice station yase-Orlando angina racism ukuthi mhlawumbe ngiyakhetha, but kudominator ilaluka i-race eyi-1 phaya elalukeni e-Orlando. And abantwana bethu baya-apply be-Orlando bane-license bane-be-fit, but asizazi into zabo ziphelela. I-invisibility yamapolisa eNomzamo igcine emini mhlawumbe ngo-1 o'clock okanye azozijolela nje amapolisa. That's the only thing ayizeleyo apha. Okuzosinceda umbani mabulungisa umbani, abantu bekudlala irugby ngelasikhathi bayabukela because kune-solar, bayabukela imatch yerugby, bathola yonke ubugebengu kwenzakalayo. So siyacela izibhamu apha eNomzamo is like kukhali cricket. Uma akuna day lapho kungakhali izibhamu, akuna mapolisa asondelayo. Kanisondeleni bondosi ninonke apha phezulu, nike nizomamela ukuthi singayisolva kanjani icrime apha ezantsi, because we have the solutions. But nina anis-address ezo zinto kwi-solution kunanduko nidimela nje ngoba ni-escortwa ngizimoto ezininzi. We can't run away from that. Ngokuthi it's like athina we are just a voting tools. We are just a voting tools. Into yenzekayo abantwana babantu bayafa, siyaphela, siyakhala, and we have the solution. Nina ninazo i-solution because ni-escorting. Guys, come on. And leli lizwe uma ngaba nisaliqhuba nisaliphatha ngale ndlela sizaphela sibhubhe, nizakhokhela bani nihamba phambili nishiya abantu bakhokhela ngasemva. Nithi nikhokhela nihamba phambili nishiya abantu bakhokhela ngasemva. What is that? No, guys.
Olandelayo awathethethe lamrahu. Yebo sis.
From the Neighborhood Watch. Thanks to Councillor Muhau and Councillor Bongani for always being there for Umphakathi wethu whenever we have problems, because clearly our police, they're not assisting us. If I can't speak their own language, I won't be assisted. I have to come to the police station when I know how to speak Shangani and Venda. Tina abomama we patrol ebusuku nabo baba, and some of abo baba niyababona ama-patrollers. Simbamba umuntu egangile with the goods uzise police station bamkhiphe. So sizophila kanjani? Women are being killed, abantwana besikole are being killed la elokishini. Police are not there at all. Ukuze uthole usizo, you have to speak to the councillor. While ucouncillor meeting, we have to wait for ama-councillor wethu ukuthi asisize. Ubrigadier noma ufonela, you go to the police. There's nothing. Imoto you come, sound surprising when imoto zase-Orlando today. We don't have electricity. Sibanjwa inkunzi masiphume emsebenzini. Our young teenagers lana and young people ungibona nami, we don't have facilities that way esizowa access during the day, whereby we would have soccer dance and whatnot. We don't have those things. Hence, Abu Putbetu, they turn into drugs. Crystal meth, we know those houses as when you go to the police station, they come to your house with a gun. They go there and collect. So Melaguti Spilaganjan, Sikaluguti Babtele, Babutele Usti. If it comes to go to you change Yonki Orlando police station, bring you people, let it be. So they we are sick and tired of Orlando police station. We are tired of the Orlando police station. Sing about Mama Sapatrola, Abu Baba, they are not there. I'm a patroller, Zibo Melabahan, Samadabaka in the police station, Baba keep. Benkalugu to Sizzle up near Bom.
Siaboma, Orlando Layo.
When bullies are willing to come. Nomzamo Park workshop. Siabonga umeya batukhona la nominister batukhona lo mapolice bawubhekela nedeputy yakhe bachikhona la bonke yaqoma mhlawumbe uzoba ngcono kakhulu mawaseza addressa zonke ngoba bahlale bezazi babe ama bezazi beshili sesigqoko esiya sathi no president wekhona aqala sacela uhambile asithola ngempendulo namhlanje fika bawubhekela bese police station eOrlando asinayo thina sikhona isakhiwo kuthiwa police station but police station asinayo beningathanda manje basithetha kanje naye ustation commander ukhona bengoba ngcono kakhulu naye akasicelela ba mhlambi owakho umsebenzi yena yakhe impact yakhe yintoni pha police station ngoba njalo uma ufika police station reporter uthi ucela station commander amapolisa neva kunika station commander naye akatholakali wena qala so ilahlamlenze sekushiwo kuthiwa ilahlamlenze le ndawo thina ke asisenayo futhi ba imini mezandikwana kuphela ebusuku so reporter uhlala lapha kude bese kuseni angeke pheze lahlamlenze so bese sizocela ke na umeya njengoba kushiwo ukuthi ukhona ilahlamlenze ethethwa ngayo ayina ground ilahlamlenze ethethwa ngayo ayina park ilahlamlenze ethethwa ngayo ayina cawo ilahlamlenze ethethwa akho ayikho into la engenza ukuthi safety bekhona i-electric lethethwa ngayo sina 2 years ingasekho imikhukhu engiyibona ngapha there no electricity there nothing akuna net ayikho into eshoba indawo yokuhlala abantu lo ayikho into eshoba indawo yokuhlala abantu lo every day njengoba besitsho isibhamu sikhala nayizolo besikhala isibhamu amapolisa akasiwabome bendawo i-visibility nje evene eyi-1 uyibona iranda la ayikho etola siyibone nevene eyi-1 so besicela kumeya ukuthi asenzele iplani siyacela kumeya ukuthi asenzele iplani ngeke ingabikho icrime kwisifico semikuku efana ngale kube ngekho mbani kungekho nix angeke ingabikho icrime endaweni enjalo and egcineni again okugqibela senzohlala lapho senzowehlile besicela kumeya ukuthi asenzele iplani ukuthi i-youth yala ukuthi ingazitholi kusasa igcwale ezipoti igcwale endaweni ezithile basi-edele i-infrastructure akabasi-edele i-infrastructure seNomzamo Park esikhona ukuthi nathi sithi senabasisekile ndawo sisazi ukuthi abantwana kunalabo ababhizi khona bangazikwazi babhizi emathaveni.
Siyabonga kakhulu sabuwe bhutwana
uzolile nogoqo thethayo nathi besifuna ukukhala kakhulu apha uBheki Cele amaphoyisa ase-Orlando ayikho into asenzela yona mawufika e-Orlando usuka ngenyawo apha uya e-police station mawufika e-police station azokutshela into ongazoyiva uphinde ubuyele futhi back to la eNomzamo kungekho nto aku-adresse ngayo siyacela nje ukuthi uba uBheki Cele akasitshintshele i-police station yase-Orlando kodwa e-Orlando asizuyazi uba yi-police station yakhe ngoba thina ayisincedi ngapha and ufike phaya kuthethwe into ongazuyiva e-Orlando nawuthi uyathetha umuntu uzothethela isivende wena uthethele isishangani e-Orlando so asithi ination engakho right yona nation right kodwa ayisenzi thina sibe right so siyacela nje ukuthi i-Orlando mayike nje uBheki Cele akasilungisele nje i-Orlando police station
so nalo khuluma ngesingisi abanizwa antazi kanjani lesikolweni nje omunye safuna ukukhuluma ngithole only 4 sondelani la come ngicela abanye futhi abawu4 abantu abawu4 please nabangekho phela nisho sizonika uminister pendule atamela kopili me oza 1 2 khona omunye ngizama ke khona lapho ngaposteli kanti nina nifune ukukhuluma buya me
Hayi siyabonga
emakala ubhuti lo phambidlana bekakhuluma ustation command ukhona naye la ulalela phela phela me
siyabonga ubaba meka khona hayi siyakhala neOrlando siyapatrola sisodwa abafazi amaphoyisa walana mongakhuluma isithangane kumele ukuthi imisangane kathi bazokuzwa siyapatrola iRoma yithi nje bafazi namadoda few abanandaba nathi masibasicela ukuthi ozani izosinceda kukhona namaphoyisa amathengisa ama-drugs baningi esihlala nabo ngale masiya sihamba sitshela ikhansela ukuthi nangi iphoyisa elithengisa ama-drugs basitshela ukuthi siphume kubo sikhathele abantu abamosha abantwana bethu badla ama-drugs Bheki Cele kuse-crash la e-Orlando police station siyacela i-crash uma ungabalabuli isishangana siwumuntu anisishantsheleni i-Orlando police station kuyafiwa sibanjwa inkunzi sinceda abosisi bethu abodade bethu abosisi bethu nabomama bethu bebaye emsebenzini abasinike amachance okusipatrola nabo uzobabona ngabo 7 bayothatha itshotsho la kuthengiswa ama-drugs khona phansi ngama-drugs phansi nge-Orlando police station danke
olandelayo
dumelang batho ba baholo ba leng mo pele ya buang mona ke Pinki Tau re na le bothata ka Orlando especially mo Moskaneng Thunya sella nako engwe le engwe last bana ba ne ba bapala bolo mo ka 4 o'clock ka o last Thunya bana ba hlakane ditlo ba sa tsebe hore ba ya kae ntate Bheki Cele re a o kopa tswetswe deploya masocha bleke e isinyehile o re ya ni gating utlwe Thunya sella utlwe bullet re shu di mahlo ya hao last Sunday ne ke emi gating man ya be ho last Thunya utlwe fela ka shu ke bullet o ya sinta tested ha sintongwe ha ke etse khoso hobane ke ne ile thusho tenella hona mo lefiting lena thusang setjhaba sa rona sa rantsho ene ha ke hopole nka tloa mona ka ya Botswana ka yo aha Orlando Botswana fela mona re na le maseru ntate Cele re a o kopa ha ke le shemisiseng taba ya maseru re tswa kae re tseba ile Orlando East hai maseru mara hona le maseru ha re sa ya maponya mo le ka maoto nna ke a woka ke na le 64 years ne ke woka ka mo ke ya maponya ka maoto mara ka je go thata re ke woke ka mo hobane re tseba re se ka mo ho a shwewa hauna nthetsa halang ka sport ka rona ke nnete hore o tla ba fumana ba ilo koleka diplekeng tse ba tsebang hore di bolaya bana ba rona ntate Cele re a le kopa tswetswe ene ha o tloela ha re kgetholle lebala fela ha ba tloela hore ha re fihla Orlando police station re tlo bula di-case di shwelle moyeng ntate Cele ho na le bana ba babedi mona strateng sa rona ba ileng ba bulawa ka sehloho jareteng ya motho bana ba o case ya teng ha re tsebo re felletse kae I'm sure it's 2 years or 3 years ya no ha re tsebo re ho etsahalang ntate Cele mapodisa ha rata mosebetsi wa ona a pheta tuka ntate Cele fela rona tuka re na yona mo Orlando ha o kena Orlando tlo certify di-page tse 10 ba complaina ene ke mosebetsi wa bona hore ba o etse o ke police station jwang yena ntate Cele ke jwang police station re a ukopa ntate Cele ha ile re ha ba rate mosebetsi wa bona ka passion ha ba tloele ntate Cele o kenye batho ba ratang mosebetsi wa bona o kenye batho ba ratang mosebetsi wa bona ntate Cele dintho tse ding ha le di bone ntate Cele hobane le tloele le hole fela rona batho ba leng mo fatshe mo re a di bona ntate Cele ene re tshaba ho bua hobane ho sane ba tla be ba o lata ka tlung ba tlo o bolaela ka tlung o tloha o ya Orlando police station re motho ke wa shwa mo ha ona dipolisa letang la so file mshimane mo a thulwa a ke tsirile ha kae Orlando police station mo pila bona ba ile ba latuwa ka koloi hore itlong motho ke a nushwile mo a si police station Orlando police station tate Cele ke crash ha mampela ene ha o sa khona ho buisana le batho wa Orlando police station re tlo ikwalla yona re setjhaba re tlo ikwalla yona tate Cele ha ka be ba ja tjotjo ha ba tloele ntate Cele ha ba tloele la di tshwaikana ko mo ntate Cele ke tlo o jwetsa sepodisa sa borona hona le ba ba bolang le mapodisa it's because of tjotjo ntate Cele motho wa etsa appointment le wena o le lepodisa re o tlo mpone haka ka nako e itseng ha ntse sentsa o emetse hobane wa tsebo re rata ntwena ntate Cele ha iphilisi ntwena ntate Cele ka maphelo a batho ntate Cele ha ba istope ntate Cele re a o kopa ha ba sa khoni deploy masotsha re a wa kopa
mme ra le ba ho rutile naka
Bahlali.
sawona ba
Ninjani? Hey, siyakhala like abantu sebethethile. Bathethile kakhulu ngamapolisa. Ngiyacela. Into esikhala ngayo singabahlali ngamapolisa kakhulu. I-crime apha elokishini elahlamlenze le bayiregada as if like we not from eOrlando thina. Basithatha as if like singabantu basemakhaya sodwa into endiyibonayo. When you go to a police station, maybe you're complaining about some things ezenzekalayo ekhaya. Bazokujaja just because you're from Nomzamo Park. Lesibiza ukuthi ilahlamlenze. So even inkunzi apha ayisabanjwa umbese. Umbese aselokishini sesibhamu. Ngasemikhukhwini yakwazi ungenela endlini, udutshele endlini yakho. Umile koneni, uva iphuleti dlula. Aba kukho into enzekalayo. More especially iyouth iyaphela Tatucele. Iyaphela. So into esicelayo thina. Even if ngabuyisa amasotsha njengoba esishumanga. Banye bekhona amabhareti njengaqala. Because amapolisa ohlulakele Tatucele siyacela gagasha. Siyacela tata. Sicela nje iyouth lena uyibheke kakhulu because needs like nasi bisenzeka eEast London so yenzeka apha ngoku cha ke zenzeka ngendlela engafaniyo uyaqonda ngoku so thina Tatucele lamapolisa eOrlando lana ayo police station icrash inyanisima message icrash ya so xa wazoqhubeka kube njena and that's why sicela ba nathi singabahlali zibambele ngokwethu nothi ubhobha yaba
siyabonga ungalandela futhi
sanibona bamndozi unakele siyazama ukuthi sizame ukubambisana asazi basingazama kanjani ukubambisana umthetho sizama ukuthi sibambisane nabo sokulalela bayagada bakhuluma bafowethu ngani bafowethu cabanga banani nikhona nehlelo njengoba kwenzeka lezi zinto ezenzekalayo la ziyasilimaza zosichaphazela sizayile sinabantwana sikhulele khona vele la kodwa ke mase kunje asisazi basibalekele kuphi asazi ukuthi singasola ukuthi abafowethu labo kusala sikhala ngabo ukuthi abantu bangaphandle kodwa ke iqiniso lona liyiqiniso njengamanje bakwenzeka izinto ezikanjena sizamile siyafaka siya-apply ukusa-apply ngangisaselula nami apply apha emapolisini but bengingaze ngize ngibizwe igama
manje sengiyothena futhi ngenile ku-40 years akaze ngalokhu nje kubekuthiwe siyathathwa la ez uma uloku lokubona ngena abantu abatsha abafikayo ene uma uthula ubheka abantu abangenayo abaqashwayo ile genge yaseLimpopo ene kumingena igenge yaseLimpopo angeke ikwazi ukubamba abantu ile ndawo inamaXhosa inamaZulu inamali kunje siuhlobo lonke manje masizophathwa ination eyodwa endaweni eyodwa izofika isichaphazele lonto hayi ukuthi siqonde ukuthina asisho basithina mabake basikhethe ezikufakiwe manje kuthiwa amaplano konje sebeqashiwe abantu eLimpopo baqashiwe le misebenzi eveziwe ukuthi khona imisebenzi epolice station babaqashile abantu babe eGiyani bazizana beLimpopo bazobafaka kodwa thina esilapha ama-police forum alapha why engakathathwe akhutshulwe abekwe pha epolice station bantu esikhula sisebenza nabo sibabona behla benyuka apha baqashwa makunini baqashwa makunini asingagugi indosi sigugele khona apha siloko sijikeleza sehlana lotshwala sicina sizinikele etshwaleni asiqashwa imisebenzi siyayifuna sikhona iyasula imisebenzi because sesifika ko-40 years kuthiwa awusaqashwa mawusongale kwe-40 years kodwa bowumaketha uloku ufuna umsebenzi la uyofika u-certify kuthi kufuna ama-license uzawuthola kanjani siwuthole kanjani sisebenzi njengamanje sisebenzi la kufuna i-license silence uzayenza ngani kunje khuphukile izinto zonke zikhuphukile kodwa kunje i-crime nawo nje ndikhuphukile hayi ukuthi enziwa ukuthi Ndosi ngeke siyakhala baba siyakhala sicela nje uma beqasha kokunye bake baqasha amaphepha azodlula kuwe bebona abantu bonke abaqashiwe ungaqashwa abantu abaqashiwe esingabazi babangena kanjani indaba zamatshotho namazikhona abazazi bazazi nendaba zokudayiswa kwenyawo phela isiganga lesa sahambi nami indoda ngaka ngisahamba la kuyabulawa la siyesaba Ndosi sicela kube khona umnyakazo abantwana babantu laba abangambile emhlabeni sicela kube khona into ezawuphathwa kube khona into ezawuphakama ukuthi ngesine yenzeka abantu abangaka yini kuke kwatholakala bani ohambe wawujeza makujeza umuntu makambe umuntu emhlabeni makuyeke ukuthuleka kanje
Siyabonga.
Sanibonani.
Sawubona.
Igama nguSifiso kaMngadi. Sishaqeke kakhulu ngesehlo senzekile lapha eNomzamo. But esikushoyo ukuthi ke bakundosi siyacela ukuthi ke akube noshintsho. Siyacela ukuthi imoto lezi zenu azibonakale kakhulu lapha zenza umsebenzi. And siyacela ukuthi ke as-edelwe ke ipersonnel ezokwazi ukusebenza ibe yiningi la eOrlando ngoba isimo esikhona khona manje sibi kakhulu abantu bayadutshulwa left right and center ebuseni emini ntambama ezinye izinto zenzeka khona abantwana besikolo lana imagine that trauma eyenzakalayo eyesithathu siyacela ukuthi ke siyathanda ukuthi sijoine ama-CPF kodwa ke babundosi inkinga ukuthi ke ama-CPF yilo kaqala ya volunteer abalethi 5 endlini yinkinga esinayo ukuthi abaholi nabo labafuthu labo the uniform yabo must be changed every time yonke lezo zinto lezo okunye ukuthi kungani ningaqali ngabo mangabe nithatha abantu abasebenza police station kube yibo abanye abantu bathatha ngoba igisi sokukhona abakwaziyo umsebenzi ngoba bayawenza okwesithathu ukuthi ke njengami nje njengoba ngisebenza ne-community kakhulu ngababala abantu abase-police station abakhulela la Orlando angazi ukuthi ke mangabe kuqhashwa na uyabheka into abakuphi abala eOrlando ngababala ngiyacabanga futhi bafiki na ku10 noma ku20 abantu abasebenza la so angazi ukuthi indlela esetshenziswayo uqasha amaphoyisa indlela enjani kodwa siyacela ukuthi naleyo niyibukisise kakhulu esikhalelayo kakhulu nje siyayithanda thina eOrlando sikhulela lana noma mhlambe sike cishe sifele la sizobe sesiyothenga ezinye izindawo kodwa siyathanda sifuna ukuthi ke kwakhiwe ke nama ground wethu ke community mayor siyathemba uyezwa kakhulu ukuthi ke sinenkinga enkulu la ama-facility lanka wo-exercise awekho and futhi siyacela ukuthi ke futhi nisinyathele nkonzo ezidila ngama-drugs sizokwazi ukuthi sibe nendlela lana esisebenzisana ngayo siyafuna ukusebenza kakhulu kodwa ngamele kude kunathi.
All right.
Sanibonani ngibingelela wonke umuntu okhona. Siyabonga njengoba neminister ikhona namhlanje. Esithembayo ukuthi zonke izikhalo esezilezwe abafowethu nabodadewethu zizwakele. Kodwa umbuzo esizibuza wona ukuthi zizosolveka na? Ngoba inkinga esibhekane nayo asisabali Orlando yodwa. Ngoba bahlala Orlando yodwa South Africa. Is the whole South Africa. Siyabona izikhalo abantu bayazifaka mihla namalanga. Bathenjiswa khona. Kodwa ma respond a positive awabuyi. Izigaba ziloke ziziphinda. Ogogo bethu bahamba emhlabeni bathenjiswa uMandela. Abazali bethu bahambile emhlabeni bathenjiswa uMbeki. Size siyaguga manje inwele zibe mhlophe. Sisathenjiswa uZulu. Umbuzo uba wodwa ukuthi ngabe igame anale edlalwayo. Why idlalwa ngaba expense yabantu abahluphekayo? Okay. Ngiyathemba ukuthi minister nomkhandlu wakho uyazwela. Siyabonga njengoba ufikile. Kodwa kubhlungu ukuthi ufika sidabukile enhlizweni. Kodwa ke siba nalo lelo themba ngoba vele basishiye abahamba emhlabeni basethembeni. Into mina bengicela yinye, angigxeki maphoyisa, angigxeki bani. Besicela minister ube nendlela yokusebenza namaphoyisa akho. Ngoba ngiyakhala kanje, nakuphi kuyakhala, semaphoyisa, into eyodwa, baphethwe wu. Mina isicelo sami as individual bengicela kube nendlela or isystem yokuthi iphoyisa lingahlali lize lithi 40 years police station 1. Ngoba manje lokho kudalana usejwayele kusekhaya nabafowabo bazokumela namanje noma ngathiwa ngiyakhonza kuthiwa iphoyisa elingasebenzi kahle uzomelwa abanye vele abafowabo baphuza itiye bonke badla amagwinya bonke besicela iqiniso ungazwakala kuhlekisa kodwa iqiniso sikhala sidabukile. I just have a story nje sinanyana. Mina as individual I'm a victim yamaphoyisa. Ngibuya nokufonela i-commission yamaphoyisa kodwa indaba iya cover up. Instead ukuthi iqinishwa mina ngigcine ngambe ngilabe egameni ngibalekela wona amaphoyisa akho Bheki Cele. Ne-station command indaba yamazike ngigcine ngihlukumezeka ngikhathalelwa iminyama. Angizange ke mara ukuzobeka istory sami. Ngikhuluma nge-experience. Into esiyicelayo ke manje yinye. If uzwakele lokho esikushoyo sizobona nemoto za-Eskom within a week sezila. Ngoba yonke lenhlekelele idalwa ubumnyama. Nensolabo ilambile la ilambe khona mayisephe awulana ngeke ngibone umuntu ivele izingenele izenzele noma kanjani sasa mase siyakhala somphakathi besicela sinxusa siguqe ngedolo asiqindezeli ukuthi awusizane nathi sisosizini ngempela akusukudlala ukulahleka kwemiphefumulo eyi-15 nje kanjalo ngathi kukhalwa makhamba umuntu oyedwa all about 15 yabantu. Siyacela ngempela ngokuyithoba Mr Bheki Cele asikubeki macala usuku ungekho nabo kodwa besicela uconsider lento engishoyo bangahlali isikhathi eside police station yodwa abashintsha njengabanye abantu bashintshwa uyasebenza 3 years usesukele Orlando uthunyelwe eThembisa angithi uyasebenza uzokwazi ukugibela please ngiyabonga.
Usesekhona omunye ogcina ngethi echada.
Commanders morning commanders. Minister, I'm very much happy that today unalorona today. The last time I saw you, Minister, Noluko Chicken Farm, when Komoto Diale was brutally killed. Abonawagi, the so-called foreign nationals, with no proper documents. And the last time we are on the podium. You promised the people of community of Pimville and the surrounding to say all those foreign nationals who came to South Africa without proper documents will be sent home. But when I go around Pimville, they are still roaming around Pimville. They are still roaming around Chicken Farm. You know, it's easy to talk, but implementation is something else. That's the problem with our own government. Every time you've got what you call beautiful, beautiful policies on documents, but in terms of action, our government is failing us dismally. So we need to talk about these things. We need to be honest with our own communities. Let me go back to a place like Nomzamo. Places like Zamenpelo, those are informal settlement. You know, before the 1st of November last year, all political parties were roaming around Nomzamo, asking for votes because of the population of Nomzamo. People, they know that they are targeting those, they regard themselves as vulnerable people. It can't be correct. The president was here weeks before the elections. He promised electricity in Nomzamo. What is it that is happening today? They are still in the dark. It can't be. It's so sad. Young people have matriculated here around Orlando. What are they doing? Nothing. The only thing that they have to do, they prefer to go to Nyaupe or go to Taverns. They've got no alternative. You know why? Because the government, there's nothing that the government creates that can preoccupy youth so that it be active every time. It can be. And I want to also ask the provincial leadership, Elias Mawela, the employment criteria. How do you employ people to be in a police station or be police officers? I want to give you a typical example. In Orlando, and I'm not going to discriminate this, majority, 90% of people that are working there are the Tonga speaking people, the Venda speaking people, right? That's why they regard that police station as Guyana police station, right? So I'm sitting here. I'm standing here as an adult and ask myself, Orlando, Soweto, deep of Orlando and the entire deep Soweto, keep another guy. By lowering Bagakena police station, Orlando police station, Komroka police station, Cape Town police station, anywhere. So the employment criteria is so we are saying to you, visibility mo Orlando ya Batahal. It can't be correct that how your police station there's an incident happening go Nomzamo. They are telling you anymore. You go to Barra Hospital, you are asking for a ambulance. They are saying go Nomzamo. But comes the elections, you are here in numbers. It's time to stand up. Project 2024. Stop being stop have what you call a blind loyalty. Come Project 2024. You must show the government of the ANC, the government of the ANC they are failing us. We cannot, man. Let's take them out of power. Come 2024. Lina Baiskelema. Party or Ramaphosa is a party.
Only one. All right. Are they one again?
Ngithanda ukubukisa wonke umuntu ophakathi kule ndawo. Mina ngingumhlali wase-Orlando ekhaya Flats. The relationship that we have nabantu base-Nomzamo Park. Abantu base-Nomzamo Park abana electricity. Bacela ngale ukuyo charge. So there was an incident yokuthi njengoba banganagesi, they went kwi-box ngale bafuna ukwenzani ukuconnect. Ama-security wala sihlala khona bababona. They had homemade petrol bombs. Yashaya kwi-window yami. Ngafonela amaphoyisa midnight around 12. But it's a no-going area. Kusebusuku ngilahlelwe homemade petrol bomb. I'm at the edge of the flats. Everything enzakala la kuso lestrata lesi siyayizwa izibhamu veza every week la ekhoneni liyehla kenyuka i-cable theft la ekhoneni iyashaya kunesiganga la around la ngasematankini la wakudala kugijinyelwa khona lapha yila kudlalelwa khona lapha so ngiyacela mabebe nogesi nabo babe ngabantu bayahlukumezeka and nathi siyahlukumezeka ngoba always sithi yibo bona lapha kanti bona balungiselwa nini balungelwa nini ngoba makulungelwa bona nathi sizokwazi ukuthola ukuthula ngiyabonga
Siyabonga mfethu.
Sanibona abahlali igama uLloyd ngikhona khona la eNomzamo Park. Bawucela sebethethile abantu abaningi anophinda phinde ngiyiwazi. Bese icela kuwe accountability. Bawucela abantu bathona akuboshwa muntu. Every day. Mina ngizitheli beziningi bawucela accountability for into enzakala. Nanto esicelayo. Makuboshwa abantu. People die every day. There is no accountability. Sicela wenze umsebenzi wakho. Because if the police fail, you also fail. Yenza umsebenzi wakho bawucela. If kumele uxosha abantu sifuna ukuboshwa abantu la kule nto enzekela. Our brothers died there. Bashonile abantu lapha ya. Mama Palace. Yabona la khona lezi zinto lezi angazi noba nithi ngisifakela ama toilet noma yini. Wena even ukudlula kuwo ngeke udlule kuwo. So wena ucabanga ukuthi songena kanjani lezi zinto lezi. Mawucabanga wena. Izindlu sayincama. Izindlu sizincamile izindlu. But at least decent toilets. Those are not toilets. Ngeke ungene kule yanto wena. Manje uzofuna ukuya toilet yochama ngeke uyongena lapha ya. Uzothatha imoto yakho enhle uhambe uchama ngalo esantini. Akusiya ama toilet le yanto le. Lastly, to bawucela. Please act, siyacela. It is everywhere. People are dying and there is no accountability. Sebenzi wakho baba. Sawuthobile kuwo. Act na, siyacela.
Masibonga kakhulu for yonke imbono esenishere nathi. Ngizaqala nginikeze umeya ngibingelele ngona abafundisi nabo sebefikile saxolisa abafundisi sesaqalisa umsebenzi nisesendleleni ngizoqala nginikeze umeya kube uyena aphawula ngalezi ezidinga umasipala kodwa I'm sure i-leadership yamakhansela ikhona la uma nithi enomzamo kumnyama kakhulu ukuthi sekusele mhlambe they'll also indicate sekusele izindlu ezingaka ezingakangenelwa ugesi and also nanokuthi upresident iqiniso vele bekafikile la last year and ithe ngosuku nabathi bayeza kuzoxhunywa ugesi kwatholakala sekutshotsheke itransformer ukujika kapresident angazange sabuya sangena kepha ngithemba ukuthi uzophinda abuye futhi nase ugesi sesufakile futhi sekukhanya kahle lana eNomzamo njengoba besho ukuthi nani niyacela
We're not having a good connection, so we're going to come out of that, but we'll try to take you back the community of Nomzamo in Orlando East in Soweto. Just displaying their unhappiness with the Orlando police station and how it is being run, and displaying their unhappiness with feeling unprotected. The mayor is expected any moment now, and will endeavor to take you back there. But related as well, police manhunts are underway.
lolu daba ubathola sobathola bangasiza ngako ukuthi basheshe ubathola. Okwesibili ngithe amaphoyisa awezi la eNomzamo ebusuku athi ayesaba. Sivumeleleke ukuthi nithe awasuke cha siwasusa sowangeza sowaqinisa kanje sizothumela amaphoyisa uba amaphoyisa azoba sestation azoba amaphoyisa azoba semgwaqweni azoba amaphoyisa azoba phakathi kwezindlu zenu azoba amaphoyisa azopatrol sizothumela amaphoyisa esowacela ukhona owachazile ukuthi amaphoyisa kanjani uthi agqoka amabharethi. Namhlanje masilala azobe seqalile ukuhamba phakathi kwenu. Asenze nje ke ngoba mangibizwa kuthi wangiletha amabharethi noma esedeep slot noma esezansprat noma ikuphi ngiyangifonelwa ntambama kuthiwa ngiwalanda angiziwalanda. Cha ngwalandi ngoba uma efikile avamise ukuthi kuzwakala ukuthi afikile. Sizocela ukuthi nisebenzisane nawo sikwazi ukuthi sipatrole kule ndawo sikwazi ukuthi sivikele abantu. Ngizwile kumeya esho ngendaba zikagesi ngoba nayo leyo bumnyama iyahlupha kodwa sizozama ukuthi sandise i-visibility noma i-threat zale ndawo sifuna ukuyithatha. We want to saturate the streets there kube yithi samaphoyisa esibusa itrato zala kungabi igebenge ibusa itrato. Ufikile ku National Commissioner uthe uzonilamlela la khona ivene yodwa yayipatrol la uthe uzonilamlela uzonishiya mayihamba la uzonishiya nemoto ezintsha ezi5 kwenzela ukuthi kube ne visibility kubonakale kule ndawo. Bacheke obani ngimzwile kuthiwa nithi amaphoyisa ajola la jola nobani. Ngizwile impela ngikhalile nje bajola ngazo nangu nosisi wetracksuit eBhakhani uyasho uthi bacheka ngazo. Wazi kanjani ukuthi bacheka ngazo? Bacheka bani? Nani mantombazane yekani ukucheckwa ngemoto zamaphoyisa. Lezi moto zizobhalwa kuthiwa Orlando station. Bomama uma ingane yakho ilethwa imoto ebhaliwe ukuthi Orlando police station uyibuzi oyayo eyiphoyisa ukuthi kuselele station. Ningavumi ukuthi kuche ndawo ntombazane iba nesithunzi nje. Utshela iphoyisa ngisho ukuthi ningajoli namaphoyisa kodwa utshele landa imoto yalo manje zokucheka. Na ungagibela imoto ebhaliwe ukuthi Orlando police uzuvela umlenze uveza umlenze emotweni yamaphoyisa ngoba lezo moto ziyadingeka. Okusho ukuthi si community kufanele sibambisane namaphoyisa. Izakhiwo zemphakathi ama CPF ama patrollers ama communities in blues nabo bonke nje abantu abamalida fanele ngadlalwa ngama resources kahulumeni azosebenza. Ama resources amaphoyisa niwatshela amaphoyisa angadlali ngawo ama resources amaphoyisa imphakathi ingadlali ngawo sikwazi ukuthi sibambisane. Nikhuluma ke nge-recruitment yamaphoyisa. Ngo 2010 ngesikhathi kunomuntu wakacelwa uNational Commissioner amaphoyisa eSouth Africa ayi-195,000 manje amaphoyisa awu-176,000 awu-20,000 down kwenziwe iminyaka emibili edlule besinga-recruit ngenxa ye-COVID si-recruitile-ke this year amaphoyisa asecollege awu-10,000 azophuma-ke awe-South Africa yonke akuwona aseSoweto nase-Orlando kuphela azonjoyina azophuma ngoDisemba 15 sikwazi ukuthi siwabone kube ngcono nikwazi ukuthi niwabone ehamba epatrola kube khona emva kwaloko bese siqasha amanye awu-5,000 sizocela imali ukuthi nawo abe u-10,000 khona insizwe ecacisileke lethi isize yaba no-40 masiqasha amaphoyisa kuba nezinto esiyibhekayo iphoyisa eqashwayo eSouth Africa kufanele libe yi-South African awuqashwa uma uvela ngaphandle kwezwe fanele uqashwe ube yi-South African fanele ube neminyaka ewu-30 and less yebo imani bakwethu yabona nithe nifuna amabharet manje ibharet eliwu-55 years uzulithini uzolithini ibharet eliwu-55 years ibharet ifanele libe u-24 years uyahlupha wena fanele ube u-30 years and less kufanele uphile ube healthy kufanele ungabi na-criminal record fanele sikufake emshinini wokushekha amanga ukuthi awuyena umuntu oqamba amanga fanele ungabi na-tattoo ma une-tattoo asiqashe emaphoyiseni ngoba une-tendency yokuba yi-gangster so asiqashe emaphoyiseni esikwenzayo-ke nithe nifuna abantu baleyo ndawo baba amaphoyisa kuleyo ndawo no ma uyimemba ye-South African Police Service uqashwe eSouth Africa yonke hayi e-Orlando hayi eTogoyando hayi eGiyani uqashwe eSouth Africa ma ubuye ecollege ungasiwa noma yikuphi eSouth Africa ngoba amaphoyisa akuwona umasipala amaphoyisa awase-South Africa yonke khona nikuphakamisileke bathi amaphoyisa alezo indawo awabuye azosebenza kulezo indawo ey'ndaweni ey'ningi bathi amaphoyisa angingabe awakhona yilokho-ke kufanele sikubheke thina ukuthi sikuhlukanisa kanjani ngoba uma amaphoyisa ala ebuye ezosebenza nani la akazunibopha ngoba ngizoniphuza nawo ijiki yingakho kufanele amaphoyisa siwamikse ukhomishini ukhona kunento elokhu iqhamuka njalo khomishini ukuthi amaphoyisa akafanele ukuhlala isikhathi eside endaweni eyodwa kufanele athi qinti adlule angazajwayele angazajole ngey'moto ajolwe yiwona la mantombazane ngoba phela asuke ejola nawo uma-ke kurecruitwa manje mama ukubheka noma makubheka bazokhala-ke ngoba makurecruitwa uyahamba uyobhalisa esiteshini manje bathi-ke la nithatha amashangana bawasusa leli mpombo ngakubaka-DM niwalethe la I don't know why isiteshi sibizwa ngeGiyani njengoba nithe isiteshi iGiyani makurecruitwa siyasichithe nje sisakaze sithi bonke abantu abeze bese kuba lezi zinto-ke engiyishilo esithi siyakwazi ukuthi siyibheke kuwena bese siyakuthatha-ke sikuse college bese siyakuqeqesha ecollege esicelayo ukuthi uma ebuya lamaphoyisa nibambisane nawo nisebenzisane nawo but okwamanje sizoletha igroup yamaphoyisa la ubaba umhlalo ukhona uphi umhlalo osiphethele i-visible policing uzosilethela amaphoyisa azosebenza la, uzosilethela amaphoyisa amabharethi, asilethela amaphoyisa ePOP, Public Order Policing, ukuthi sikwazi ukubonakala, but azosebenza closely namaphoyisa kamasipala, bazopatrola bonke ndawonye, nikwazi ukuthi nibabone ngekulalwe, nikwazi ukulala ngoba amaphoyisa esemgwaqweni. But National Commissioner, Provincial Commissioner, kuzofanele ke sizoyivala le ndawo, siyisile. Ungaphumi umuntu, ungangeni umuntu. Singene lezi ibhamu door to door, ungabi nje door to door. Ungabi nje door to door wokuzo campaign. Kuba door to door webhamu. Ngoba nayizolo ngizwile namhlanje ngiyayizwa kuthiwa kudlala ngazo sidlala abantwana ebhamu la. For the fact ukuthi kube nabantu abafika nama AK babulale abantu abangaka kusho khona ukuthi ibhamu ezingekho emthethweni ziningi. Therefore kuzofanele ke nithi mbo nibe no 24 hours nje door to door, mantras to mantras, mantras to mantras, nikwazi ukuthi nistand phansi kwamantras nifika ngongoze Masemola no baba umawena ngiyakhuluma nifika ngongoze makuthi awuvula umnyango uwele phezulu komuntu olele umnyango akho umnyango yoshiya ungavuliwe akho matraso yoshiya ungavulu ungaphakanyisiwe ngakho ke abanezibhamu abayilethe ngoba mongasilethanga sizosilanda kule ndawo kunama joint awu 200 and bani 239 shippings la nje kule ndawo le Orlando policing precincts 239 in 22 bottle stores amaship ewonke angaphezu kwezikole namasonto namaklinik nebhedlela kuhlangene Okushuthi thina sinomphakathi odakiwe nje mawuphenduka ngapha ibottle store mawuphenduka ngapha ibottle store mawubheka phambili ibottle store. Therefore mayor abantu abancane kuzofanele sibakhele amathuba ama-alternatives kuzofanele bakhethe ukuthi bafuna ukuphuza utshwala noma bafuna ukudlala uma befuna ukudlala babe nazo indawo zokudlala. That one is important ukuthi senze i-alternative yabantu abasha bakwazi ukuphila ngendlela abafuna ukuphila ngayo. Estan baphakamisa ukuthi abantu besifazane baya abuse. Ngizocela mama ukubheka ukuthi ukuyibheke le ndaba okokuqala bathi awutholakala police station kodwa abanye bathe uyatholakala. Utholakala police station bese usakhela i-desk ezobhekana nabantu abazobika indaba ye-gender based violence bakwazi ukubhekana nalabo bantu bangabahluphi. What I'm calling a police station, when umuntu wesifazane ezobika ukuthi uyahlukunyezwa ungamtshela ukuthi aphinde emuva ayo negotiate. You are not negotiators amaphoyisa. Okwethu kuhamba siyobopha lo muntu ngoba mawuthi akayo negotiator uphinde akathi ayo negotiator akazubuye okwesithathu uzobe sefile leyo mbongo lahlala naye endlini zobe simbulela. So kubalulekile ukuthi take amacala agenda very serious ukuthi sikwazi ukubasiza sibabophe labo bantu futhi ningaba ama-fashion advisor amaphoyisa ngokuthi makufika umuntu wesifazane ezobika ubuze ukuthi isiketi abesigqokile indlesi akukona okwakho ukubona ukuthi isiketi sifishane noma side yini. Amantombazane anelungelo lokugqoka iketi afuna ukuyigqoka amaphoyisa kona ama-fashion advice. It's up to them ukuthi bagqoka kanjani. Okwakho ukudila nezigebengu. Kulolu daba ngicela ukukhuluma nomama nama-family. Kwikota kusuka ku December, January, February. South Africa ratio abantu about 10,000 in 3 months. 10,000 women were raped in South Africa. But now the problem, 50% of them, they are raped in their own houses. Yes. 50% of them, they are robbed in their own houses. Bareshwa emzinyabo, bareshwa abantu ababaziyo, bareshwa womalume, bareshwa wobaba, bareshwa womkhulu, bareshwa ma stepfather. Lama stepfather ufike la ubona umama usufika ubona amathanga amasha endlini bese urape ingane endlini. Sicela kuma family ukuthi asisize ngoba ngeke simene iphoyisa phansi kombhede naphansi kombhede ukugada ukuthi ubaba kayirape indodakazi. So sicela ukuthi ama family asisize la enyangeni ezimbili ezedlule kukhona usisi osebenza correctional service owathumela ku social media wacela uminister wamaphoyisa nominister wejustice ukuthi bamsize babophe iboyfriend yakhe eyayimshaye waba uround. Yaboshwa le boyfriend 3 days basimcheka lo sisi wathi usehambile ekhaya ngoba uma wakhe ubeka ipressure ukuthi ahamba ayo withdraw icala against boyfriend. So sicela ama family asisiza ama family abe ingcenye yokulwa ne gender based violence. Ingathi ingane mayikutshela ukuthi umalume ungithinta ngendlela engayiboni bese uthi wena thula ngoba sizolamba la ekhaya makubosha umalume wakho. Umalume wakhe ngamana bodle ngoba akuyona indoda lonto. Lesinye nje isilwane esihamba ngenyawo ziwu4 esikonkotayo. So ngamane uhlala ulambe ngokuthi uhlale nesilwane esikonkotayo endlini. So we're making the call in my families. We're making the call in my communities. Ukuthi sebe ingcenye eyodwa yokuthi silwe nodlame olubhekiswe kubantu besifazane nengane. So ile nto ke esimemezayo. Nitheke sihamba siflathele. No. Sizofuna ukubuya commissioner provincial commissioner. Njoba senzile eDeepslot nala lamaphoyisa siwaletha asizuwasusa ngaphambi ukuthi sibuye sizokhuluma nomphakathi. Kuyofanele mayekhole eqala ukusebenza niwabona ningavuka eksene engasekho. Kuyofanele sibuye sizohlangana futhi sizobonisana ukuthi sesambe kangakanani nokulwa necrime kule ndawo nokuthola igebengu nokuthola ibhamu nokusebenzisana. Sicela ukuthi laba ama CPF bakwazi ukuthi baxhumane nathi njalo ukuya phakathi bese ngikwazi lokubheka insiza into efana nemoto esizobe sikwazile ukuthi silethe ukuthi isebenze. Engithembayo ukuthi mase sesilitholile udaba lokuthi labantu wobani benzeni sizokwazi ukubuya sizonibikela futhi ukuthi babanjiwe. Kodwa inkinga enginayo engathi bonke labantu lapha abalimele bavela kaNongoma. Engathi abalimazile bavela kulezo indawo. Okusho ukuthi basukela nabesuka ngasemakhaya. Basukele bazoganga la. Inkinga ekhona iningi labantu abagange egoli baphuma eKZN. Lithani yebo. La sinomuntu oqede abantu la eJabulani. Obulala abantu abadidi umuntu wakabiyela la eJabulani. Simbambele ewineni. Bekubalwa abantu abaphakathi ka10 no12 ababulela. Simbambe ewineni elokethola amabheli. kodwa ke maye banjwe winene waboshwa ngendlela yokuthi angaphinda afune ibail akasophinde nje ayifune ibail akayidingi la ikhona angazi uma wafine kodwa ibail akayidingi la ikhona ngoba wasuke walwa namaphoyisa so siyakhuthaza ukuthi mawulwa namaphoyisa ulwe kwenzela ukuthi nathi sithole ithuba lokulwa so lezi gebengu mazilwa sikwazi ukuthola ithuba lokulwa lamaphoyisa sibaletha la igebengu maziwalisa zizolwa ningalona ngifonela ke nithi angilande angiwalande so sizokwazi ukubuya sizokwazi ukuthi sizonika i-report back ngokuthi kwenze njani kwenziwa yini but okubaluleke kakhulu maphoyisa ukuthi ungaphindi lokho sikwazi ukusebenzisana nomphakathi siuvikele kukhanye meya kube nezindlu ngelinye ilanga abantu baseNomzamo nabo bahlale kahle sisebenzisane ngokuthi amaphoyisa ase-Orlando akwazi ukuniphendula angibongeke singihlala phansi ukuthi cha ngimzwile nibonga amakhansela cha nami ngibone ukuthi asebenze kahle nalizolo kunomfana la osebenze kahle kakhulu nani izolo ngamakhansela ngibonile nomphakathi nisebenzisane kahle ngibonile nabefundisi nisebenzisane kahle siyabonga ukuthi abefundisi babe khona esithembayo ukuthi nobudlelwane phakathi kwenu namaphoyisa buzokhuphuka nibambisane kahle khona insizwe ekhulume la ngicabanga ukuthi uNhlanhla uyayazi Nhlanhla lensizwe uyitshela ukuthi asikakafiki isikhathi sokucampaign siyeza okwamanje sisadila nodlame neviolence nomphakathi asikakabuza ukuthi uzovotela abani siyeza leso akame kancane hlehla pheseni akaphakwa nokuthi ke nje ikhathi enjengalezi singayithathi siyisebenzisele ipolitiki ikhathi zokuzokhalisana ikhathi zokuzovikelana lezi ezinye nihlukanise nalesi sikhathi akusona isikhathi sokuzokhampena phezulu kweyidumbu lesi kufa abantu la abakangcwatshwa nongcwatshwa abanye basasebhedlela sisazobona nemndeni usuzokhampena wena hlehla pheseni akaphakwa siyeke sihambe kwenzela ukuthi abuye amaphoyisa abuye amaveneni nikwazi ukusebenzisana ngizocela nje kubaphathi ukuthi indaba yamashipi ke siyibheke asikwazi ukuba namashipi angaphezulu kwaso zonke ezinye izinto ihlangene nokuthi ke sizwile ukuthi leli beliphethe kahle sizwile ukuthi belisemthethweni so kufanele ukuthi sikwazi ukuvikela sisebenzisane nalawo asemthethweni kodwa nje generally indaba yotshwala kuzofanele sibheke bazothi nangoke esokhuluma ngotshwala ngoba nama ngazi ukuthi khona notshwaleni kodwa kuyofanele ke sikhulume ngayo sixoxe indaba yotshwala ukuthi ngingaka nje ngubheko kwakho wakwacela angaze ngimbone umuntu oyi-CEO noma oyi-pilot noma omkhulu ukuthi umbona nje wakhe wawutshwala njengoba phezulu kanje utshwala ukuba wabungekho utshwala ngaba kayena i-CEO angaze ngimbone so kuzofanele sixoxe ikakhulu nentsha yethu kodwa meya intsha ikwazi ukuthola i-alternative ukuze ikwazi ukuphuma entweni enjalo niqhubeke bafundisi nisithandazele ningayeki ukusithandazela kodwa manje isithandazela abefundisi sothanda ukunivetha nani ngoba ngeke ngivuma ukuthandazela ubushiri so kuzofanele sinivethe mawela njalo nje kukhalwa ngemaseru ake niyoyibheka le maseru ukuthi isuke kanjani elisuthu yeza la asikwazi noma useJabulani noma usePimville noma use-Orlando alipheli legama lale Maseru le. So asikwazi ukubuswa eMaseru eGoli. eMaseru ayibuse eMaseru. Uthe ngafike ngathi eDeep Kloof andokho eDeep Kloof. Ngafike ngathi ePimville azosuka wonke ama-foreign nationals. Angiphinde lento uthi ngayisho kanjani uyilalele kahle. I-Home Affairs iyalida ekudileni nendaba yama-foreign nationals. Siyayiphelezela samaphoyisa. Uminister uMtswaleti uyena olidayo bese siyamphelezela. Bathathwe labantu bafakwe ecourt bese kuthi ama-magistrate athatha ama-decision ukuthi abuyele emuva. Njengamanje ke kunenkinga esababambe eDeep Slot abakahambi ngoba engathi ama-magistrate awafuni ukubahambisa. So I hope ukuthi iyochazwa ngathi kunomthetho abasawucubungula wokuthi kwenzeka kanjani, kodwa samaphoyisa asibahambisi sibase court i-Home Affairs bese iyabahambisa. Masibabamba ke masibabamba lapha eDeep Slot siswe weBhakabhaka. Basibabamba siyamba siyobabheka ekuseni safika kunamantombazana amancane amaningi ebahambisela ukudla okushisayo. Yebo. Athi ecela sibavulela abalethele ukudla okushisayo. Manje nifike nikhale ngabo la mase sibabopha nibalandelise ngokudla okushisayo. Angazi ukuthi nifuna senze njani. Kodwa kumthetho wezwe ukuthi abantu aba-unregistered naba-undocumented umthetho wezwe udile nabo. Therefore kubalulekile ukuthi amaphoyisa asebenzisane no-Home Affairs ukuze into enjengalezo zikwazi ukunqanda. Bonke kakhulu umphakathi bonke nginibonile izolo nisebenza njengomphakathi nibambisene. Therefore asiqhubeke sibambisane sisebenze kanjalo. Indaba yamaphoyisa sikwazi ukuthi siyilungise, nikwazi ukuwaceba ku-commissioner u-provincial commissioner, nikwazi ukuwaceba ku-national commissioner. U-national commissioner uzoza la afike enze lento engiyenzayo ukuthi mawusaba ukuwaceba estation uwacebe kule number ethi 08 inumber ethi 079 30 20 100. Lo number ke mawuyishayela lo number 079 30 20 100. Ungangibuzi impilo ngiyaphila. Yami lo number. Ungafoni ngo2 uma ingekho into eserious ungibuza ukuthi ngilele. Yebo ngilele. Ungafoni futhi ubuza ukuthi eyami ngempela. Yebo eyami ngempela. Therefore uNational Commission uzoza la zokwenza lento engezile. No Provincial Commission uzokwenza la zoze namaphoyisa akho azokwenza lento engenzile ngoba lezi number lezi zama senior police akuzona ezethu ezahulumeni. Asuyikhokhi land. Kokhwa uhulumeni. So these are public numbers. Ingakho sinika zona kodwa nigcine ngami ukufona. Nifonela u-station commander, nifonele u-district commander, nifonele u-provincial commander, nifonele u-national commander, nigcine ngami, ngaqali ngami. Uzani ngizonika inamba zenu maphoyisa la empopweni.
Thanks, Minister. Minister wa Nomzamo. 082 772 6616. I'll repeat 082 772 6616. Kia National Commissioner General Masemola. Thank you.
Dumela baagi. Sanbonan. Kuzofika station command. What's the brigadier? General Marsh. Follow. And visa one by one. Yeah.
Thank you, Minister. Zero 79 508 8133. Brigadier Nonhlanhla Gubheka. 079 508 8133. Brigadier Gubheka. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, Kiana Marshal, General Marshal. K 082 447 3542. Yeah. Alifeta Alsa Tolukubeka Litamo. Yalebo. Oh, okay. All right. 082 447 3542. Otherwise, get a bit speech. Are so fete. Lutrile mayor with retro enforce the bylaws. Again, one noise pollution, all those things they already related to Museveni city of Joburg. Acting chief, yeah, JMPD Umo. Ya kwamanje sizocela uyi-acting chief ye-JMPD kuthi naye ezonikeza ama-number wakhe kuthe kuthi uma ninenkinga yama-bylaws nifonele yena. Director?
Thank you, President. Commanders, morning. Thank you, Minister. Minister ushilo ifuna umsebenzi lefuneka ifuna ngo-2 exams siphendule. 082 578 5347. 082 578 5347. Phone 9 asiche.
Uma amaphoyisa le Gauteng angasebenzi ukhona Colonel Likalakala. Xa ubabutsa uri barithola kae Colonel Likalakala. Etla. Complain nodal point.
Dumela. Le kae? Number ya rona ya Gauteng complaints line e 082. Now you'll get 082 44 22 000. And then for the GBV related matters, our 24-hour line is 082 779 8727. Kidi number 0 for the complaints emaponisa sa liberekele ante le lena le di GBV related matters. Ya lebo.
Siyabonga. Uma ninenkinga nifune lezi zinamba. Uma bangaphenduli niza kumina. Ama number wami is 082 Niyabhala 575 46 75 082 575 4675. Siyabonga. Please, Bahlali siyacela, those numbers given to you are correct numbers. We have observed that some of you are already calling and testing whether this is a correct number. And so we have observed that. Yeah, so those numbers given to you are correct numbers. We won't mislead you. Siyabonga. Okay. Re tlo kopa mo councillor wa rona re kwalele mosebetsi re a leboga tirisano ya lona le kaofela.
Thank you very much to the members of the community. Thank you very much to the leadership, Bheki Cele and Timbalake. Thank you very much to the members of the media.
Well, I certainly don't know if I've ever witnessed anything like this. Police Minister.
We would love to focus our energies on the affected families in terms of seeing how we can be able to assist them in burying their loved ones. As I've already alluded, even from yesterday, that we should be cognizant of the fact that members, the situation here at Nomzamo, it is not for people to find an opportunity to electioneer and grandstand at the expense of a tragedy. We are bereaved. Families have lost their loved ones. Abantu bakithi balahlekele abantwana nabazali nabafowethu ababeka isinkwa etafuleni. So we should be careful of abantu abeza kithi ngama intentions angaso ukusiza thina laba balahlekele. Izinto eziningi asikwazi ukukhuluma ngazo manje. We should focus on the affected families. So our energy is going to be channeled there to the families because we'll be making a visitation to them because today we wanted to do that. Unfortunately, but we would want to have a setup whereby we find close relatives as the office, like a councillor, together with the provincial leadership and other leaders. It's a collective effort that we have to embark on to see how we can assist the families. Further than that, siyabonga kakhulu. As we close the ceremony, asizameni ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi kukho konke okukhulunywe today. Those are concerted efforts into making sure ukuthi how will we see the future from now in terms of ukubambisana sabahlali. Zizwakele ikhalo zenu. Register all what has been said today to this date. Siboneni ukuthi kula malanga azayo kuzokwenzakalayo. Ama promises have been said, but we want implementation together as abahlali because isikhathele sizwile kubuhlungu. This could happen to anybody. This is an attack on the state. We need to check on that. Siyabonga abahlali, siyabonga kubo bonke abazile, asibambisaneni kanjalo. Siyabonga. Thank you very much.
Imoto zenze ifikile. Nazi imoto bazohamba bayoyibrenda ezale ezophathwala. Nami ngithanda ukubonga emphakathini nabo bonke abenzile ngala izolo ababebemsana ikhansela nontanta osigulele impi izolo bekunempe beyisuka la sakhuluma nontanta wayincane impi. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi ube responsible mfana wami. Yeah. Nazi imoto ngingathula apha mangami nazi imoto. Siyabonga.
Wait, guys, we need to turn.
Which way?
We need to turn.
He needs to be this side. You've got a camera here already.
No, we need to turn. We need to turn.
We're turning. Okay, we're turning. We're turning, guys.
Turn around.
Turn around.
Turn around.
Turn around. Yeah. Oh, here.
Okay.
Here connected to. Here. I'll hold for you, Nana. Give me a second.
Wait.
Yes.
Uze sithole sonke abayimuva kakhulu. Can profile umuntu azotholile wona profile right.
Sort yourself out.
Ngale kweyitulo ozobamba.
Bami uzothetha apha.
So 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, he's not yet, but they're going to.
You sit down there, ne?
I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's chairs there.
Okay. Can we start it?
Are you gonna hold the mics?
Do you want to hold?
Can you please sit down here? Hello?
Yeah, take it.
That's it.
Oh, okay. Just get one of your colleagues to hold it. Nice for you.
No, your minister was yes. Can you sit down here?
Can I?
Yes. So that you won't stay.
You're too far. Let's go to the back a bit. Please. Pull it. So that the issue of the chair. Girl, they say you're too far. They want you to.
Yeah, I know.
Please, let's do that quickly. Just this.
Do you want to sit down for me? I need to just go to the video. Yeah, please. Can you do it for me?
Yeah.
And my hair is going to be in all of it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Let me not be. Yeah, she's going to do it. And he's going to. Okay. Down. Are you good? Are you good?
Okay, colleagues, are we all good? Thank you. Okay, I think everyone is fine. Colleagues, just because there's so many of you, can we just follow a very simple rule? I need to see your hand, I need you to identify who you are, and I take your question. I'm going to take it one at a time, so it's just quicker like that, all right? Or rather, let's just do 3 at a time, okay? Are we good? Yeah. Sure, all right. Jacaranda, you'll go first, ENCA, and newsroom. Go ahead.
So, Minister, can we just please...
Your name is, please.
Oh, sorry. Smarty from Jacaranda FM. Can we just have an overview of what happened yesterday? And secondly, there's a statement that was released by Qatar yesterday on Twitter saying that they condemned the violence, they further labeled it as a massacre or some sort of terrorism.
By who?
Qatar. It's on Twitter.
Yes. Qatar, the country.
Yes, the country, yes. So maybe just give us more details regarding this. Is this an act of terrorism? Guys?
Okay, one question at a time.
No, it is going to be 3 minutes. Zikona, go ahead, ma'am. Sir, ma'am, go ahead.
I was going to ask, Minister, you say that you, I think you say you are aware that there are 5 suspects already which are on your radar. Many are asking, where was the intelligence before that? It seems like you've only uncovered who they are just after the aftermath of the incident. Thank you.
All right, Zikona.
Minister, you mentioned some details about the investigation, what you've been able to gather so far, and the amount of ammunition that were found at the scene. Please can you repeat that for us in English? And then number 2, what do you believe could have led to this crime?
All right, Minister.
Well, I think Jacaranda and Zikona, same question. Well, maybe for some reason, we had a bloody weekend. Just a bloody weekend in the country. As 15 people were killed here, you know that 2 people were killed at Gauteng. You know that 4 people were killed in Pietermaritzburg. 2 people were killed in Nanda. 2 people were killed in the Duncan village. Young people, 18 and 20 and 21. One survived. So it was just a bloody weekend. There is that thinking that it could have been a coordinated weekend. We don't have that information as the police that this was coordinated. We have separate issues, especially the 3-1 Maritzburg one, the Nomzamo one, and the Gauteng one. They happened in Chipin. We believe that they could just they coincided rather than coordinated, which tries to answer the question that do we believe that is terrorism as it was labeled. We don't believe it's terrorism. It's a criminality that is brutal, it's a criminality that is violent, that will have to work as such, because terrorism is a very high level of criminality. Organized will have to have some evidence as the police to be able to say so. Otherwise, we'll be really speculating in a very serious matter. So we don't believe it's terrorism. How far have we gone? There were about plus 130 empty cartridges of AK-47, which means those people that were there were really meant business of killing. AK at any given time, you put 30 bullets on it, which means time and again they would reload that AK. But again, the suspicion is that there were about 3 of those rifles that were among those 5 people that were identified there. But also there were cartridges of pistols, of small guns. So it's a group of people, for whatever reason, that we believe will get the motive as soon as we find them, that they intended to come here and do the damage that they did. Where was the intelligence at the time? Where was the intelligence?
General Mawela?
Yeah, Siyabonga Minister. Intelligence is hard at work here in the province. All our operations are intelligence-led. It doesn't mean that if they've missed that one, intelligence doesn't exist. It does exist, it does feed us with information. At certain things, we want to reserve them, because the more we reveal a lot, we are actually empowering the criminals. They will forever counter whatever we want to do. So some of the tactical details we'll prefer not to share. Thanks.
All right, thank you, General. Let's take the second round of questions, colleagues. I still need to see hands, please. There's one just next to me. And of course, go ahead.
Christina Gori, SABC News. Just want to get a sense of how many people are still injured, how many are still in hospital. Do we have a sense of that right now?
All right, Mologo.
All right, Minister, thanks. My name is Mologo Moloto from ENCA. I have 2 quick questions.
Two big questions?
Yes, quick.
Big or quick?
No, one is when you say you are going to heighten deployment here in whatever form, some people are going to accuse you of being reactive, and they would say, what about the other areas which perhaps are hotspots? But then the second question is about the shebins that you said are way more than churches and schools here. We can lament. What is the solution? What's going to happen? Because surely it's not the case only here in this part of the country.
All right, let me just look for one last question, colleagues. That's a follow-up. Let me just see a fresh hand. There you go, my sister.
Minister, in terms of the high caliber ammunition that we're seeing in the area, you mentioned that you will go door to door. I'm not sure if you've already answered this question, but when will that operation begin? And will it be actually every home that you go into?
All right, the last question, Minister, for this press conference.
Thanks, Francis. Puleli Tweety Jones again from ENCA. Minister, do you think that the July unrest contributed to this? I mean, there were allegations of ammunition that went missing, excuse me, and people having stolen ammunition. Do you think that would have also contributed to this of criminals having been armed heavily like this? And secondly, is there a coordinated strategy to look into some of these Shebeen mass shootings across the country? Because we saw it in the Eastern Cape, it's now in Soweto again. Is this something that's in your plans? Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
There will be no time given to anybody when we start these operations. Just accept that. But we'll be there. We'll go house to house. We'll be definitely there. So just wait. You could be around here. You'll see us as we come. You talk about. You raised two things. Remember the second question?
You're reacting.
Not all the time. Not all the time. It's very interesting to say if you did not see as the clan, this clan, if you did not see or know about the thing, it did not happen. There are so many things that we do that the media doesn't know, and they even happen out of your eyes. And another thing, you'll come like this when the dust settles. Nani, you go away. For instance, you know nothing about deep slot now. There was a time where all of you, like this, you were in deep slot. Now that deep slot is fine, deep slot people, they move around, we go there, we sit down with the people, they move around and all that, so we forget it. There are many other places, there are many other things that we do out of the glare of the media. There are many preventative measures that we do, that we are not reactive. Yes, here we have to react, we have to work with the people, we have to put hope and stability back, but there are many other places where we go before. As Umawela was saying, some of these are intelligence driven, so we'll act before those things happen. July, do we suspect that it could be? Absolutely no. We just believe that it's a criminality that coincidentally happens on the same time. We have been monitoring the media calling on July and all that. We think we are a better place this time of dealing with such issues, especially in the provinces where it happened before, which is Gauteng and KZN. I think we are fine. Maybe the Shebeens mayor can answer on the question of Shebeens.
It's a province. It's fine. I'll answer, but this is really a provincial matter, because what we find is that as we encounter these challenges, we discover more stakeholders that need to be around the decision-making tables as we're coming up with interventions. And the Liquor Board has been identified as one such stakeholder. It is a concern and it's repetitive. In every area we go into, there's a significantly higher number of shebeens or liquor outlets than there are social amenities or anything else in that area, whether it's schools, clinics, churches and everything else combined. You'll have more liquor outlets. And so this is increasingly becoming a problem, and it says the Liquor Board needs to be with us in this fight. As I said, we are concluding the city's city safety strategy, which we're working on jointly with the SABC and other law enforcement agencies, and these are some of the things that will assist us in putting together strategies. Who needs to be around the table, what needs to be their area of focus, so that ultimately we all win. Of course, the city has a role through the JMPD, through law enforcement. We do ensure that all outlets are licensed and that they adhere to the parameters of their licenses. So that work will continue, as I've said. JMPD is already on the ground. They will work with the SABC in the joint operations on the ground, and we'll make sure that in terms of bylaw enforcement, we also pull our weight and that we close that gap.
Thank you. EM, there is a last question that was directed to the Minister.
But there was no shooting in Eastern Cape, Shebeen. So this is not the same, it's not similar with what happened in Eastern Cape. In Eastern Cape, there was a different kind of thing. Kids died. There was no stampede in Eastern Cape. Unfortunately, up to this point, the laboratories are still checking something called lexotology, toxicology. Toxicology are checking on that. We are told that the thing takes between 12 and 18 to 24 months to get the results, but they are moving faster so that we are able to know and the parents able to know. There are preliminary things that are known, no stambete. There was a fear of fumes and all that, but it does look like it's between those fumes that were inhaled and the things that were consumed. But for now, let's wait until the doctors, the pathologists and scientists, they come with a full answer on that one. In terms of figures that you have asked, PC will give us those numbers.
Okay, before you do PC, there seems to be one last bite which is directed to the
Just
minister.
a quick one, Minister. You know we are likened to war zones in terms of violent crime. When are we ever going to win this war?
I'm not very sure. Most of you read and follow news. 2 months ago, 2 months ago, there was a shooting in one school in the United States of America. The figure that was given, though, the stats, that was 148th day of the year. It was still in May. The figures that were given is that was a 215th mass shooting. That was a 215th mass shooting in the United States. Mass shooting means more than one person going up. I'm sure you saw another mass shooting this week where 8 people were killed. So this comparison in a war zone, I always have a little bit of a problem with it. Secondly, South Africa is one of the countries that now and again issue statistics, crime statistics. Many countries don't issue crime statistics. Now, when you compare, you'll have to help me to say you compare these stats with what stats. Countries like, especially Latin America, your countries on Brazil and others, don't give crime statistics. So don't come to me and then we're worse on that, as if we have the world statistics. We don't. That does not mean that we're not a violent country. We're a very violent country. We need to deal with that as a community, as a state, as a human race in South Africa, including every individual, including every family, especially on the gender-based violence. Families will have to really play a very serious role, as I've given the statistics that more people are raped in their own houses by the very same people they know. Indeed, we'll have to work on that. But to say we're worse than the world, that keeps coming. I visited 2 or 3 months ago. I went to one of the countries, Nigeria, and I asked them their statistics. They say, we don't do the thing here. So now, this comparison, I hope one day you'll be more discreet in finding what are you comparing us with. Yeah, definitely we'll have to win. We don't have an option. We'll have to win. By the way, we had good years here. I had the executive director of the ISS giving the good years, where we had a very low crime stat. That is 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. If you can go and look at the crime stats, we're very low. Indeed, we'll put all of us the shoulder on the wheel. We have no option but to win. We hope it comes closer, it comes earlier, but we'll definitely win.
Minister, it looks like your responses have encouraged some more questions. We'll take the last 2, Minister. Zikona, and we'll take Jacaranda. Go ahead, Zikona.
Zikona Tona from South Africa. Minister, we've seen you a lot lately visiting big crime scenes. I just want to understand, what is the track record of your visitations at these crime scenes, and what is really the purpose behind you being there on these big crime scenes?
All right. nationality of those who are deceased or which part of the country they're from? Do we perhaps know that
information? And I'm definitely not going to give you that nationality. People can complain about Shanganese and Vendas and Zulus. I'm not in the league of complaining about and exploiting people in that way. But it does look like most of the people that got injured and come from the province of KwaZulu-Natal. A big number come from there. This visitation, Zikhona, is not necessarily to come to the crime scene. It's to come and speak with the people in that particular area. It's to come and address and brief them and be able to work together. I hear people saying, what are you doing in the crime scene? Crime scene is not mine. Crime scene is theirs. But addressing the people is not theirs. It's for politicians. So it's nothing wrong to come and brief the people. As yesterday, we gave a lot of space for investigation, the teams and all that. You are here today because the community wants to see if we're checking them. But another thing, there was a lot of call yesterday, Bheki Cele. So you need to come and respond. It's got nothing to do with investigation, but at the same time, we need to be with the communities and try to put some hope and some explanation and some form of accountability. How far do we think we'll go?
Thank you, Minister. Sure. Thank you, colleagues.
Okay. Mike's.
Oh yes, colleagues, we're just told now, as true to the promise by the SAPS and GP, there are those 5 vehicles that are going to be taken to Orlando Stadium. They are on the other side. Colonel Mate will show you where if you're interested for visuals. Thanks, team.
Minister can also
Thanks,
talk
Minister.
about check to inspect the vehicles.
We've got
Can you please step out of We're just coming out of that briefing with the Police Minister, Bheki Cele, who's been speaking to us here in Orlando East as we are here in Nomzamo Park, where that mass shooting took place over the weekend, just yesterday. As we remember, 15 people so far. That is the number of people who were shot. We heard from the minister giving us a sense of the cartridges that was found here at the scene, saying about 130 high caliber cartridges empty from an AK-47 as well as from pistons or smaller ammunition as well, saying that there are leads for 5 suspects that they are following up on. He also said that one of the reasons, I think he was asked, was why he had come to the specific crime scene is that they wanted to speak with the community. They had given time for the police to investigate. They had given time for the pathology and forensics to have come through. So it's been quite a busy morning here in the south of Johannesburg. We also heard from the community they were given a chance to give their complaints, not just to the police minister, to the National Police Commissioner, to the station manager of this specific police station, as well as to the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, all are present here, as well as the community safety MEC, Faith Mazibuko. And what we heard was the sentiments was quite the same from many of those that complained here, saying that there's no visibility of police in the area, that crime was quite high, that drugs was an issue in this area. The police did not take seriously the crime that was taking place, here in this community. Many of them that if you call them, they wouldn't, come and patrol in the area. Many also saying that they were part of the CPF, and what they found was that there was mainly females who were part of this specific patrolling, and however they weren't really the ones that we saw, men being part of it as well. So calling on more patrols. And what we heard from the minister is saying that the police vehicles
currently is only one police vehicle at this specific area, and they promised that there will be more vehicles. And we're told, and that's where we're seeing the minister going to right now. I'm going to see if we can give you a shot of the police vehicles that are being brought. We're told that the number will now rise from one police vehicle in this area to 5 vehicles. They are parked on the other side. They have been brought, and they will now be one of the actions or implementations done by the police to ensure that police visibility does rise in this area. It's one of the action plans that they've said. It is just the first, according to the minister, of their actions. We've also heard from the mayor saying that they also are looking into their strategy for safety in the area. And what was quite alarming was the number of shebeens that the police minister identified in the area, saying that there are almost 239, if I'm not mistaken, and almost 20 liquor stores just within the Orlando area, a larger number than what we saw of churches or even schools. And what we're seeing is, a need for a conversation around alcohol, but also around gun control in the country. We also heard, that there needs to be more done around violence. This has been quite, the minister did say, quite a bloody weekend with killings, not just here in this area, in Katlehong, in KwaZulu-Natal, in Pietermaritzburg, as well as various other areas. So quite a sad weekend here in Zinga. But that's it for me for now. Back to you in studio in Zinga.
But when we started, Orlando, it was already out of the bracket, so we didn't out of it. But we're focusing on the but we'll continue to resolve them. But in terms of the proper general market, all that can also provide. And if I have taken the commission,
Thank you. I want to swear the person behind me I think we can wrap. I think we're done. Was that fine, this person? Because they were like, we're not going back to studio. We need to wrap.